Paying off debt and saving money are both great things to do for your finances, but should you be doing one instead of the other? Today, we're going to talk about which is best for you. Hi, I'm Marissa with DollarSprout. Debt can really put a damper on your future. 80% of households report that they have some type of debt. From mortgages, car loans, credit cards, and student loans, it sometimes may feel that borrowing money is a necessity. But with so many Americans in debt, a major question arises. Should you pay off debt or save? If you're facing this question, the answer isn't a straightforward one. However, there are some good financial lessons you can apply to decide which is more important right now. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to the DollarSprout YouTube channel for more money videos. When it comes to making this decision, there are two approaches: the mathematical approach and the emotional approach. The mathematical answer to whether to pay off debt or save says that you should put your money wherever it will work hardest for you. So if you're debating on whether to pay down student loans or put the excess cash into a retirement savings account, look at it this way. If the student loan interest rate is lower than the return from the retirement account, pay the minimum on the debt each month and put the extra money into a retirement account. Conversely, if you have high interest debt that's costing more than you could make on the returns from investing extra money, you should focus on paying off that debt before saving. The emotional approach to answering this question is a little different. Many people have a negative emotional reaction to being in debt. Therefore, they decide to tackle debt first, even if the numbers don't necessarily support that decision. Focusing on paying off what you owe before saving creates greater peace of mind for some. The truth is, money is about far more than budgeting and simple math. All that to say, it's not necessary to choose one or the other. It is possible to do both. That does, however, require that you have a fair amount of extra income. While there's not a right or wrong answer to paying off debt or saving, we do have a step-by-step plan we would recommend for people who have debt but want to start saving for the future. Step 1. Put your maximum matched savings into a 401k. If you have an employer who matches your 401k contribution, your first step is to put as much as they're willing to match into that account every single month. For example, if your employer matches up to 2%, then you get a 100% return on 2% of your salary. That's free money for your future. Right after my husband and I graduated college, we got married and started our first real jobs. Our companies offered a great 401k match, and even though we were working on paying off $87,000 of student loans, we decided that we didn't want to miss out on this benefit. We estimated that it moved our debt-free date back only a month or two in the grand scheme of things. Step 2. Build an emergency fund of savings. If you're wondering whether to pay off debt or tackle your emergency fund first, the answer is to build an emergency fund. The last thing you want is to have to turn to credit cards and take on more debt if you have some kind of emergency like a medical bill or a car repair. That emergency fund amount will vary depending on your situation, like if you rent or own a home, have kids, or job security. If you rent and are just starting your career, you can probably get by with a mini emergency fund of $1,500 to $3,000. If you own a home or have kids, you should try to have 3 to 6 months worth of income in your emergency fund. Step 3. Focus on paying off debt with high interest rates. Now that you're contributing to your 401k and have a small emergency fund, turn your attention and your excess income toward your debt. Any debt you have with subprime interest rates or rates higher than 9% is first to go. Interest rates this high will likely cost you more money than you would make on most investments, so paying off these debts soon means you'll pay less in interest. Step 4. Decide your savings and debt priorities. At this point, your finances are in pretty good shape. You have an emergency fund and you've wiped out any high interest debt. So should you pay off debt or save more at this point? It's up to you now. If your interest rate is below the average rate of return for the stock market, roughly 7%, then it probably makes more mathematical sense to invest your money. Having low interest debt remaining isn't necessarily a bad thing. You can start working on that next, or if you have other financial priorities, start working towards those. It all depends on your debt tolerance and financial priorities. Step 5, stick to your spending plan and keep building your savings. Personal finance is just that. It's personal. You don't have to dedicate all of your extra income to paying off debt or saving. You can do both. Keep working at being debt-free and contributing to your retirement savings too. With this financial foundation you've built, you should be able to pay down your remaining debt while continuing to plan for the future. At the end of the day, the decision to pay off debt or save money is a personal choice. Everyone's situation is different, and you have to do what is best for you. The key takeaway is to figure out what makes mathematical sense for your situation, as well as what aligns with your savings goals and values. And from there, you can make an informed decision for your finances. That is all we have for you for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe to the DollarSprout YouTube channel for more money videos. Leave us a comment and let us know whether you plan to pay off debt or save first, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.